Good morning, Mr. Roy.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are we doing this fantastic morning?
Hanging in there. How you doing?
I'm actually doing really good. All right, then I'm actually trying to figure out in this option calculator what I need my take profit to be on this daggum thing. It was the February 12th. Sorry, I know this makes for a fantastic stuff this morning.
Live thinking. That's good.
Yeah, it is live thinking, and I don't know if that's good or not. But we're putting everything in so we can make sure. All right, so this spread cost me about $1,000 is what I'm in on it with. On the option strategy, I did put it out, so $60 per. That would be $300. I've got it at $50 per right now, which will be fine. That'll be fine. So if it opens up, if it can drop a little, this calendar spread should make me $50 per contract, which would be 250 total bucks, which would be fantastic. Yesterday I did a market order, which probably was not the brightest idea, and I did it really early. So
Yeah.
today I just went on and I set a limit order on the spread to close it, and we'll see if it feels. If not, we can always cancel and go to a market order if it goes against us and cut it. But we did do it a little early yesterday, I believe. So there's that. We'll wait and see what happens. This thing could pop like crazy. It automatically builds a calendar spread for. Okay, this might actually be easier on the web version, Roy.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. Because it actually allows you to close it in one transaction.
Well, I can do it on the other one transaction too.
Yeah.
But yeah. So if we was to sell, so I'm going on. I'm looking at the calendar spread for this afternoon that I'm going to put on, and I was checking here, and it's actually really easy. So that's great. That is great. We got this here working. So let's see. My cost was $1,075. Of course, fees on Thinkorswim is just horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Some good news today. Hey,
Yay!
got that. That's awesome. So I can, when we're looking at it, I can show you guys like, hey, here's what we're looking at here. Now we got to close. Ooh.
This is quite a move here.
Well, one thing about it. So if I leave this here, our fib tool, I never thought about this before. We could actually draw the fibs as our
On the
level.
range. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Makes too much. Welcome to my world.
Look at it. Look at how it retested those ZMAs on data and just went for it.
Look at that 50, man. Shoot, straight up. Everything straight up. Quit moving. I don't know why it does that. It drives me crazy. I'm trying to do something. My chart's bouncing around. So everybody that watched the stream, well, we ain't got nobody here yet this morning. But when somebody does come in, if you watch it later, you realize myself and Roy never took a trade, and we were kind of frustrated that we didn't take some trades. And I'll be damned if they didn't work out. And I took some trades later on, not too long after the stream, and had a fantastic day yesterday. So
patience pays. Patience
does pay, and that's what we got to keep telling ourselves. The more we use this strategy, and the more because what we ended up doing is we had a couple of different things working with us, right? You had I gotta lock this thing in. The more we watch this strategy, the more we realize that hey, it works. And
Mm-hmm.
you get mad that you missed a spot, you got to realize, hey, it's okay. Because if you're looking back yesterday, this was the high from the previous day, and look how that high ended up going. This is where I ended up making all my money on the rejection there, and then it bounced back up there. So I took a couple different shorts. I made really good money on those and locked every account up. And I told Roy, I probably wouldn't suggest this for everybody, but I traded every single account separate. It was a lot. I had a lot going on. It kept me busy. But also I think it allowed me just not to worry as much as I do when I have it on. Because if I was copy trading, I probably would have got stopped out because this last one, see here, yeah, this last one here, I ended up going short here, so I took some heat on it right here. But my entry was a little bit different on each one because I got in a little bit later. So it ended up being like my last few accounts down here had the best entries, and I made more money on those, of course. Well, except this one, I only got $200 now because I had a take profit set already there. But I don't know. It worked out. I was happy. I got great, fantastic sleep last night, which I love because you know what? I didn't stress any. So now I'm gonna play this morning. This 225. I mean, this 825 candle's doing what it normally does, right? Did have some data this morning we can look at before we get going. How far down are you gonna have this data, folks? So yeah, trade imbalance came in at 98.4 billion. Forecast is 96. Actually, it's better than what it's forecasted for. So let's see all the tariff folks. Canadian trading balance actual 0.71 billion. Quit moving up. You had 80 player point change was 183,000. Forecast 150. Previous 120. That's something to look at. I saw the same one over and over again. Sometimes they just like you to have information. But we did have some data, and
your ADP employment was higher. That was a 715 number.
Yeah,
I can read that one off. Oh, excuse me. ADP was
last night.
Yeah, I didn't get much sleep. 183,000. Estimate was 150. Previous was 122. So
and we
increased employment.
Ding,
ding, ding, ding,
I
ding.
did open up at 228, so I need that to actually come back to around 227, which it could do. It's not doing it yet. It's popping 228, 31, 35, 37. What the heck? Go down. Go to 227. So as of right now, this total thing is $30 up right this second at 228.27. So that's $6 per contract. We do have our limit orders in. It's coming back 228, 25, 23. So if it comes back enough, now we're $35. If we get up over $100, I might have to just go on and cut this thing, but we'll see. Oh, it just popped back up. Well, I don't know. You got to give one thing when you're trading the indices and you're looking at options. The first 5 minutes are really volatile, so you got to let those settle in. But it is moving in our favor now. We're now 37.50 up on this trade. If it breaks 228, we should have a good run down, and we might hit this thing. So patience again. Up. We're $80 up. I don't know why it's adjusting, so we'll see what happens with it. I'm loving this strategy so far. I mean, the only thing you got to worry about if it runs far away from you, you could be in a lot of trouble. But I think the key here is to be patient with it. I mean, don't let it run too far away from you. But this thing's up, $1 over where my entry was, and it's settled out at $40 up right now. We just broke 228, so now we're 250 up on it. Just giving you guys a play-by-play in case you are curious. It should adjust some more here in a minute. There we go. We went to $95 and then back to $45. Boom, boom. Just move all over the place. Come on back to 227. Come on to 227.
For ES wise, I'm looking at 60.43 and how that holds. That was a previous zone low that had a lot of reactions. So that's kind of a ES look of things, but
Well,
I don't think we're going to get that low. We do have data in 10 minutes and then data at the top of the hour. So,
yeah, I'm probably going to practice what I've been preaching and just going to chill out at least till that 9 o'clock data comes out. Then we can look and see if we can find us a good trade. One thing that by using this strategy and looking at different stuff, myself and Roy kind of talked about it pre-stream. We'll talk about it here, but one thing is that we learn that patience is key, and it gives you some really good opportunities to enter later if you just wait and you don't rush it. And I think me and Roy's talked about this enough to know that we hadn't been the most patient, so this is actually probably really good for us by doing it this way.
oh yeah,
IWM's bouncing back up just like ES is here. Right now it is showing, I'm at $52, so that's what, 5%.
not bad.
Yeah, we're going to wait though. We want to see if we can get at least $100 out of it. Be 10%. Actually, it's a little more now. I don't know. Yeah, $100 is what I'm looking for. I think. We'll see. We're in no rush. Like I said, I think we rushed it a little bit yesterday. So this is all new to us. So on this strategy, so we're trying to figure it out. $75, back to 57.50. So anybody keeping track at home, this is what we're at. I did reach out to public. I don't know if anybody probably didn't say this in the stream, but I did tell y'all guys I was looking at going with public for options because they end up paying you back end up making money on trading options. I say making money. Your fees you get fees back, right? So well, the way they had it set, I had a cash account and they had me only level 2 data. Level 2 options. Level 2 options means you can't trade spreads and condors and all that stuff, any kind of spread. So I reached out to them, talked to them back and forth a little bit. Super good, super nice people, super responsive, and they end up moving me up to level 3, which was what I asked for, which now allows me to play spreads on there. So I'm probably going to I'm waiting for this, and I told them I was working on a strategy and it'll be marked before I put any money into it, but I was waiting for this so I could see what happens. And when I take a payout from Top Step, not if, it's when I take a payout from Top Step. That's the mindset we need to get, right? When I take a payout from Top Step, I'm going to probably going to put a little money over there because they actually pay you 6%. Just leave money in there. So might as well have that money sitting there making a little money while I'm waiting to see if I can do 10% per day. Of course, you got the ES popping here. And with that popping, of course, you got IWM coming back a little bit. Big ugly candle IWM here, but it's holding at VWAP. So we'll see if it can break down below that. I need to break VWAP so I can go down and hit my orders down there. So
Kind of looking across, you got tide, general market tide. You got puts dropping, calls rising, call volume rising. We go to SPY. You've got puts dropping, calls rising, call volume rising. So you're getting a push to the upside. You got a little bit of a wick, not a little bit, pretty nice wick there on the 5-minute opening candle. Yeah, Mag 7 get kind of a mixed bag. I mean, Nvidia's leading the charge up 3% right now. They had news with SMCI is getting Blackwell products ready to sell, so that legitimizes whole Blackwell's on its way to customers, which is obviously a big part of Nvidia's upcoming revenue push. You got Apple pushing higher, but still red on the day, down 1.5%. Google reported earnings yesterday, not a good one. They had a lot of expenses, and so they got punished 8%. As you can see, it dropped but it stopped at its 50-day moving average this morning. So we'll see if Google can get some traction from that. Amazon dropping. They have earnings tomorrow, so the earnings hype scare may have backfired on. And then look at Meta.
Wow.
712 all-time high. Yeah, just keeps on going. Tesla falling at the open. It's now 384.50. Kind of lingered about this area all yesterday. Bitcoin under 100,000. Couldn't quite break it above yesterday and hold it. Got up just a few pops and then faded away, but we'll see if it comes back and retest it. Solana's grinding down. It's now back under 210. It's at 206. Let's see. Palantir 103.28. So might be getting a good candle here if you'd want to make a move. On maybe some covered calls. AMD reported earnings yesterday. Just the worst stock ever. Most frustrating stock in the S&P 500. Big spike up, faded down, just obliterated. 107.30. We'll see if they buy the dip on AMD or if everybody just swears it off. Let's see. Yeah. We got this Tempest AI healthcare. I looked at this at 42 when Nancy Pelosi mentioned her purchase of it. It has gotten some news this morning. And Tempest AI price target announced at $74 a share by TD Cowen, and it has ripped higher to $67. Kathy Wood got into this one last week as well, so a lot of positive.
That's not always a good thing here lately.
No.
Look, I like Kathy. I think Kathy's good, but Kathy has made some huge blunders.
Yeah. And we're getting a breakout above the zone here. 60.55. We look at Tide. We get call premium just dropped on general market Tide, but the volume's reason up. But on SPY, call premium is shooting higher with the volume shooting up. So still early, but we got data in 5 minutes, so we're not in any hurry.
The 104 calls are 198. I put an order in to sell 7 of them at $2. So let's see if that hits.
Ooh, that'd be lovely.
Actually, I'm going to move that a little. 197. It's dropping down now, though, so that might not be a thing. IWM can't drop enough to get my sell order. I moved it to $3 just to that'll give us $85 per contract. I mean, a $400 pay would be very nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
On this stupid thing that we're playing with. Let's see what the cost is actually right now. So the cost right now is the mid is 223. So we got a ways to go to get there. We got a ways to go to get there, but if it drops down, we could get there. It could be nice. This is the great thing about this strategy is, Roy, do we take it long here? We got data coming out, so I think I'm
data. Yeah, I get data. I can't. I mean, this would be the spot to do it, but I can't. And Nvidia's coming back a bit. It was at 122. It's now 120.87. Let's see that.
One thing that me and Roy, we differ on a slight bit when we look at things is I don't put as much into the Nvidia basket as he does, and I get it. Nvidia's a big player in the game. Don't get me wrong, but I think with you, if you're looking, with Nvidia being up, but you also you got Microsoft up, you got Meta up. So I don't think it's just you got to look at the overall. If you got 2 or 3 up, that's moving it. I don't think Nvidia is the be all end all of it. Is my point.
Yeah,
and I'm not trying to disagree, Roy. My gosh, Google is taking a beating after earnings, aren't they? My Lord.
Yeah, they're getting hit, and Nvidia is bouncing with those other names. So that's a good sign. We didn't have data in 2 minutes. I would definitely look to go long. But
Yeah, we got to be careful here. Hopefully, this data comes out and pushes IWM back down some, so this thing can go fill my order up here. That's all I'm looking for, and then we'll look for a trade. Like
Your
we're
VIX
being
is at VIX is 1666. Nasty candle, opening candle on the VIX, and it's got a little green candle here, but it's breaking levels now of low of week. So we're getting back to Friday of last week. And TNX gap down as well, so it's now under 4.5, 4.44.
We got barking this morning. There are jobs out there that have been devalued, that have been revalued up because of scarcity. Okay.
All right.
We got 227 was the high on these spreads so far. So there's that. Like I said, our cost is what, 250. Oh, so I don't know. I'm looking here. It doesn't tell me my price. It doesn't tell me my entry. It tells my entry on my singles, but it doesn't tell my entry on my spread, which is stupid.
And look at that 10-minute candle on NVIDIA. Woo.
Yeah. I do need to make sure you get back over here. Looking at 10-minute on ES. Barking lower labor supply from immigration is not good for the time for firms. My point is, all right, why are these firms hiring illegals? Okay, I get you. You can say what you want to say. It is illegal to hire illegals to work for you.
Mm-hmm.
But how are these major companies reporting the job losses from illegals that are deported? Make sense to me.
Ten seconds to data. These are services PMI. It's the data we're waiting on.
Your puts are kind of going crazy on the. Let me make sure this is updated because my spies. Yeah, okay, that's right. You got your call volume, your volume coming down. Your puts are turning down now. I'm waiting to see what it says here. These doggone this counter spread has gone everywhere. 230, then dropped to 210. Now it's at 230 again.
PMI came in right in line. 52.9 forecast, 52.9 previous, 52.8. So now the next data is in 15 minutes, and that is your ISM services.
Yeah, ISM service PMI, your ISM services price paid, new orders, employment, all coming out. Any of your crude traders, you do have crude. You got crude and gasoline inventories coming at 9:30. So pay attention to that. IWM is not quite. It's coming down a little now, but it's not enough. I need more for this thing to go in my favor. Oh, that's actually an ugly candle on IWM. So it did break VWAP. Guess where the 50 is on IWM? 227.19. That would actually be a great spot. It's it broke VWAP and then bounced right back above it. I don't like that. I am looking at the 10-minute chart on that too. So when I'm looking at other things, I look at the 10-minute chart. So we have found that 10-minute chart has served us pretty well.
Oh, yeah. General market side, you got kind of everything trending down, but your call volume is still up. And on SPY, you got put premium spiked up, which kind of flattening out now. And call premium kind of dropped. You may see a drop in price here shortly, but that volume is pretty green. So keep an eye on that. And just kind of grinding above the top of the zone.
Yeah. So right now we're still about $30 up on this trade. U.S. market futures decline as investors navigate the trade conflict and busy slate of earnings from some of the world's largest firms. That came out yesterday, 3:36. That's one of those, they pin it to the top. So I'm just going to move it so I don't see it, because that is old news, and old news does us no good. All righty, boys and girls.
So this morning we had Uber, Disney, Novo Nordisk, Toyota. After the close today, we've got Ford, Qualcomm, ARM. And then tomorrow you've got some big boys, Eli Lilly, Amazon, Affirm, Peloton, Roblox, Cloudflare. If you don't know, Cloudflare is basically the gateway to the internet. They hold all the security stuff on every major website. So yeah, there's your earnings kind of quick thing. I believe Uber's down. Disney had pretty good. Saw somewhere Disney lost 700,000 subscribers to Disney Plus last quarter,
Which is really surprising because they actually have if you go through Hulu, and I know a lot of people use Hulu. Hulu actually has a deal now where you can do Hulu, Max, Disney Plus, ESPN for what it used to cost with Hulu, Max, and Disney Plus. Their bundle. So I used to have the one that I paid for a Max subscription. Well, I ended up dropping Max and going that way, and pretty much getting Max free compared to what I was paying for it. So I'll take that every day.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it doesn't save you a ton. It saves you like $16 a month. Hey, over a year, that's a little bit of money. Oh, well, this chart on the web version is really stupid, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
No wonder people don't do that. Let's go back to my. You got advantages and disadvantages. I can't stand Thinkorswim since Schwab took them over. I literally hate them. They go in the same group with. I got to tell y'all, Tradeovate, watch out too here in a second while I'm talking about things I hate. But Thinkorswim is in the same category with when I just moved Tradeovate category. Have another prop firm that remains nameless, but I just don't like Schwab. I can't stand Schwab. And I've been looking at moving everything over to public. I've talked about public on here before. It seems to be a really good platform. I'm not advocating for it yet. I'm going to put some money in there for March and try it out with this spread. Hopefully, if the spread shows what I want to see out of it, we'll end up moving it over there. But I just don't like the way they came in. And Thinkorswim was a fantastic platform before.
Mm-hmm.
When TD Ameritrade owned it, it was, my gosh, it was great. And Schwab came in and they made just little subtle changes that you're like, oh, that's not a big deal if you're outside looking in. If you're using it, it's horrible. I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
They ruin my eyes the way you do a lot of things. But I am using it because I can paper trade with it. That's the reason I'm using it right now. So once we get this test, and like I said, we're doing this test for the whole month of February. There is not going to be a single bit of real money going in this strategy until I have some data that proves that it can be consistently traded every day and make money weekly. I'm not trying to get rich off. I'm just trying to make a little extra income just to grow my portfolio some. We're getting a drop here in IWM too, by the way. That's kind of coinciding with. It's been kind of working opposite with ES here, but now it's dropping down with it's 227.63 is what it got down to.
Yeah, and you didn't quite get a 10-minute candle by candle to the short side, but it was close.
Yeah.
And you can see it's kind of playing out, which, again, I'm looking at that 60.43 level. It's got to go through some EMAs to get there, but that was a 60.42, 60.43. That was your previous low zone from a previous day that I just erased because we were conflicted with today's zone.
Yep. So we do have data coming out in like 7 minutes. So I think Roy agrees with me. Neither one of us are eager to enter a trade here. If you're looking at my fibs, don't freak out over my fibs because this is just the zone. And then I can redraw the fibs if I need to adjust for this. I don't know. We're learning this by ear.
Mm-hmm.
Learning by ear. We're trying to figure it out the best way for us to trade it and the best way not to trade it. So we got that going for us. Any of you guys that do trade, use Trade-O-Vate. Here's my watch out for Trade-O-Vate. You know, I was trying to take profit trader on Trade-O-Vate. And a lot of you guys see me, if I get into an order here, instead of moving my stop, I just put another order like below it to get out if I want to get out of it quick or if I want to set a limit. I don't do it all the time, especially if I have like two, then I'll do one off, right? Because I'm not trying to. Well, and Top Step X, when you do that, your brackets cancel because there's nothing there to go on. Trade-O-Vate, your brackets stay there. And did not realize that yesterday. So I closed the trade out like that. Was $565 to the good. Came back, I don't know, a little bit before close just to make sure I had everything locked up on there and turned it on, and the account was blown. I was like, what? I go look at my order history, and you can see where that order was left there. And then when that order filled, you saw that other order cancel because it blew the account. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I did a little test on it to see, and I'll be daggone if I was not correct because I still have my personal account. So I did on my personal account, and it does the same on a personal account too, just so you know. So it's not a take profit trader or whatever. It's a Trade-O-Vate thing, and that's why Trade-O-Vate. One of two things: if you're trading Trade-O-Vate and you exit a trade, I don't know why I didn't do this. I used to do it all the time. Exit all to make sure there's no hidden orders out there, or avoid Trade-O-Vate. That's more of my thing to do is just to avoid Trade-O-Vate at this point. I was really pissed yesterday at it. So we're going, and I think, look, this could have been a sign. This could be God saying, hey, you know what? You don't need to trade multiple accounts right here. Copy, finish this. So I'm just going to put my focus back on here. We're going to take a break from trying to work with take profit traders. Now, once we get these above payout status and kind of hold them, I might do it again, but it won't be as serious as this. So that's just kind of my thoughts. You're looking at, let's look at Bookmap. We haven't looked at Bookmap yet, so we can look at Bookmap yet now. You can see, what would you say that level you were talking about?
42, 43.
Yeah, they got these orders right at 40. So you see all the way 42.50 all the way down to 40. Looks like we fixed to hit it.
Yeah, looks like they're moving.
One thing that I wanted everybody to notice about, let me pull this thing up. So if you notice, you look here at these, you look back, this is what I was kind of watching right here, these back orders, 32.50, which you still got orders sitting there. These, a lot of times, these will line up with your supply and demand zones, your level, stuff like that. So we've got 3.5 minutes till data comes out. I will probably swap back over then. So I want you guys to see how orders clear and what it looks like and what I'm looking at when I'm doing that. So don't say you can't come here and learn anything. We're trying to teach everything that we can. It's one of the reasons why
pretty bearish candle here.
Yeah, it is. It's we got 227.50 on oh, come on. Let's see where we're at. We're at 230 now on the call on the what they're worth. So that's $75 up for everybody keeping track at home. We're trying to get more than that. So
there's your 42 drop. 41.
yeah, you got 227.40. It's just fixing to adjust. The good thing about this strategy with the options, theta is your friend right now, because that contract that expires today, well, it loses value a lot quicker than that contract that you bought for next week, for a week out, right? So the difference in the two is the profit you actually make. So ideally, the longer the day goes on, if we stay at or below this number, then theta starts eating that other one away more than it'll go there. So that's why we're trying to be patient with it, just not closing it here for, what are we at? $85 up right now.
Look at this.
Right. Whoa.
Yeah.
The crazy is, hey, you see that? Look at this. You got orders clear out too a lot, but you see we got a big level at 32.50.
90 seconds till theta.
Well, if you don't mind, let's just leave it here for a second and see what it does.
Do it.
We was kind of going back and forth with Snoop a little bit last night. Snoop had a good idea. Maybe, if we want to make 5% off this strategy, just go on and set it for 5% and be done with it. You could always do that if you felt that was in your best interest to do. I don't like doing that, so. And this is $75. This is total. This is not per contract either. So we got a ways to go to get there. But we're hoping that patience pays off. As long as we don't have some stupid data or something comes out and this thing rips to who knows what, that would suck.
Yeah, I mean, it would nice little recovery here in the last minute of this candle. Right, you're not going to do this strategy on non-farm payroll night.
No.
Yeah.
That would be no. Yeah.
So you got to avoid certain big events. CPIs, non-farm payrolls, stuff like that.
CPI, non-farm payroll, FOMC day. You definitely don't want to fool around with it on days that can be pretty volatile. So, and that goes back to knowing what you're doing, right?
Hey,
wow, what
data.
PMI, that's old. We don't, 52.8, forecast 54, previous 54.1. Services, new orders 51.3, previous 54.2. Employment 52.3, previous 51.4. I'm assuming. And then you got prices paid 60.4. Prices paid had to be the one that changed this, right? Because it's 60.4 where it was 64. Prices paid actually came down, which is a good thing for consumers. And I don't know if y'all noticed look where your orders moved to all to the upside. Oh, IWM, you dirty dog, you. I can close it right here at $50 up. That big pop up, it went to 28. Oh, wow. This thing is moving around over here. I'm $100 up right now. What the heck? No, I'm $32 up. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, you got a spike in calls in general market and in tide. That's a nasty candle on this data, though.
Yes, it is. Well, I think if you look, you just had that one. I think you just had that one caveat there that was actually really good. And you look at the PMI actual came out at 52.8. It dropped from 54.1. Forecast is 54. Employment was 52.3. It did actually went up a little bit. And then your services, new orders went down. So I think if you look at it overall, it was not great data. But, we just pick and choose what we want to pick and choose. So You can see they're moving those orders down around 60-40, back around Roy's range down there, 60-42-50. Yeah, boys and girls, this is a let's be patient deal here. It might break down here. My calendar spread is up $107 now. That's total. That's just total. What are we looking at here? I don't know, Roy. You think it'd be best just to move it to like a 250, which would be closer than this $3 I'm trying to get out of it?
Yeah, I think so. What's it at?
238.
Yeah.
All right, well, we changed that. 235. That's probably gonna hit. 250 will get us. I mean, it's decent money. It I mean, I can't complain about it if we get that. It'd be over $100 that I made off of it if it does that. So I think we might be going to that thing rip down.
Yeah, your put premium is ripping higher. Volume's tanking on SPY tide, and there's your big drop there. Disgusting candle. 50-day moving average on ES is 60.28, so keep an eye on that. 20-day is 60.25. So
if this thing hits, I might cuss Roy for a second. It's 240, 242 right now. Well, that's back to 235. So it's moving around a lot. So, but the price IWM's come all the way back to 227.20, and it's still dropping. So this should be this 250 should hit. I think 250. I'm messing with Roy. I think that's actually going to be a really solid number. Of course, I'm going to look up in a day that thing's going to be worth $5.
Yeah, of course.
But the strategy is not to hold all day, right? That's not what we want. 227.04 is what we hit, and it's not really moving enough in our favor yet. Oh, it just broke 227, so maybe we're fixing to go in our favor. Back up to 240. You got to think you're in calls, so your 5 and your 12, your February 5th and February 12th, today's and next Wednesdays are moving. Both of them are moving against you. You just, like you said, you want that one to move further. The one you sold wanted to go further than the one you bought. Mm-hmm. I know that's 242 again. Did we get 250 here this time? Pop back up above 227. That was a nice pop there on IWM.
Same on ES. It got 60.36, but your 200 is 60.38 on the 5 minutes. So,
yep. $122.50 on this trade now. We're getting close, ever so close, ever so close. We're really not far. It's 240. I mean, 240 might be the spot to sell, but we're going to wait. That'll give us 50 more bucks if it does this. That would get us a little better than 10%. I probably should have set my OCO orders on this thing so it doesn't go far against me and I don't have to watch it. That would make way too much sense, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. One thing too, you got to take into effect. I was looking at the options calculator in this thing. One thing you got to realize is that your IV is actually changed from day to day. So it does whatever your IV was at the point, and IV really affects these by a lot. So you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you're going to have quite a bit of IV.
Yeah. So you are seeing a IV. I'm not gonna call it a crush or a flush, but you are seeing the IV come down some. I'm assuming because I bought this one at like 305 yesterday, which you only had 10 minutes left to fool with it. This thing can just not get higher than 240. 240 is like 240, 242. Like, you know what? We don't want to take you to 250.
Yeah,
But
market as a whole is just kind of hanging out. So it
your
had a
put,
drop.
look at your put premium.
Yeah, it just keeps rising.
Yeah. If you look at CBD, we were negative 200, now we're positive. So there's that. Let's look at the chart. See where we're on the chart. We're right in the middle, middle of where we typically are. So we're not worried about trading in this mess right here. Unless you get a rejection of the 50 up here. So if you can get past 200, if it rejects the 50, that might be a spot to look at. For short, that's just, I don't know. I think you just got to be careful right now. Of course, now it rejects back down pretty hard from there. So, and pops back up. It is what it is. This is one thing we've learned is to be patient. To be patient. That's what we're here for. Come on.
You kind of flipped to the 10-minute chart, and you've got essentially just a giant indecision candle. The wick evenly distributed, bottom and top, with a pretty good body. So not a lot you can take from that.
Roy, I think I'm going to think about moving this to 240. They got up to 240s a second ago, like the medium, not the bid, or the ask has been 243 is the high. But it's just not wanting to. When we get this drop, it's not going to 250. Well, I say that, just went to 240 again now. So maybe patience is the key here. Let's look. We have not sold those calls. So we got it out there. Of course, Palantir dropped too, so everything dropped.
A little break above the 200 here. You're back at 60.40. Could get a rejection. 60.43. Yeah, VWAP 42. And that's about where the 50 is. All right.
The 50 is, on the 5-minute chart, the 50 is right here. We're right above the 50, 39.87 at the 50. What?
You do?
Oh, I should have looked over. Like, I should have already closed this thing. We're 195 up on the day. I'm looking at this thing. I got 240. So we're at, oh, you son of a gun. It got to 239 and popped back down to 235. 228. My gosh, that's annoying. I moved it to 240, by the way. I'm sitting here looking like, man, I'm not making any money on this side. And I go to click on the actual dashboard, like, what does it say? Let's look at it again. Where was I at this then? Yeah. Okay, it's $100. I was looking wrong. It was that those calls for The February 12th, they're up 195 bucks, 200 bucks.
Mm.
So we're still. My bad. I freaked out for a second. Sorry, guy.
Didn't quite get VWAP, but got about a tick away, 2 ticks away, and rejected.
According to this chart, it's on VWAP. If you look at it, right? I mean, it went to the penny on it.
Oh, that's weird. My trading view, I have it VWAP a little higher.
Yeah, and I'm not going to pretend to tell you which one is right. It's all about where it's set at, and it could be set. So you could have one set at opening candle low,
Mm-hmm.
and that could be set opening candle high, and that would make a difference on where your VWAP was. 235 on these stupid things over here. 236. Just go to 240 and take me out so I can quit looking at this. It's a paper trade. I shouldn't be stressing over paper. I mean, what the heck?
Here's your pop again on ES. Retest the 200. Retest the 200 on the 5-minute.
IWM's popping up. It's back over 228. This dirty dog. Dirty dog. We're back 78 bucks up. I'm not happy with that. Not happy at all. But it is what it is, right? Well, we'll make it. Roy, I mean, I don't know. I hate. You got different things working against you here. This thing could break above VWAP here. I just don't feel comfortable taking a short yet. That big candle. If you ever notice, so anybody heard those saying elevator down, stairs up?
Mm-hmm.
So are we staring back up to the elevator we just took down? That's the question. You got to look for. My dog's having a dream she's eating something over here. I guess she's chewing while she's asleep. So I'm saying I fed her some. I got now if I cook something like I cook a whole chicken or something, her supper will be like the fat and the part I don't use that chicken. So I'm sure she's probably dreaming about eating chicken right now. I don't blame her. I'd dream about it too.
That was a pretty bullish 5-minute candle. Yeah, I mean that just ripped out pretty good, and now it's kind of above the zones that I had before. We'll see if it can hold 42 and then run up.
Oh man, this thing I didn't realize on the web version of Thinkorswim you can actually scroll down and it shows you like the percent. It shows you a lot of stuff going on here. This is kind of neat. Shows you the option you're looking at, what the sell and buy is on it. Gives you any news down at the bottom. It gives you an ugly chart that is just ugly. My gosh. I mean, I'm not talking about the charts. I mean, the indicator being. I'm talking about it's just ugly in general, the way they got it set up. God, it looks like it's a old video game from the 20s.
So you're battling the 200 now. Back on the 5-minute. We'll see if it holds, bounces.
Well, Somebody burning you up. Somebody burning me
Yeah.
up too. Looks like Mr. Eli is going to stop by. I don't wonder what that's about. I might have to, in just a second, I might have to hop off for a minute and see what he needs.
Yeah.
His mom's out of town, so he's dog sitting for her. Oh, I know what it is. He got some books came in. So once he pulls up, I'm gonna hop off and give him these books real quick. What it is. I forgot we got what I thought was gonna be my T-shirts yesterday was actually his book. So for some reason he ships everything to my house instead of his mom's house. I guess he didn't want her to see it. I don't know, but it fools me because I'm waiting for stuff to come in and I see it. Oh, this must be me. Nope, not me. Roy, I mean, we're just kind of stuck here, brother. I don't know.
Yeah. Your 5 minute.
We said patience is a virtue, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's in the middle of our zone. We got a little bit of conflicting indicators. It's
yeah. So the difference in the two 15. I'm sorry, I'm thinking out loud over here.
No, you're good.
It's popped all the way back above 228, which I don't like.
Yeah, it's not breaking down here. It's also not ripping higher. I mean, Bookmap, you can see it's just stuck in the middle of a range.
Yeah, 45 to 32 is your shot zone, looks like here. One of those two has to break for to see something.
So, I mean, you look at a 10-minute chart, that's about as close as indecision candles you can get.
Yeah, look at tides. You got your put premiums and your call premiums both popping.
Yeah.
You got CBD is going for 1,000 over here. I don't know. This is 2 days in a row, though. We've had some fantastic content for you guys.
Blistering stuff.
Here's the deal: if you're tuning in just to see us trade and interact with us, well, this is definitely not the channel for you.
Yeah.
But if you are tuning in to learn, I mean, we try to teach you. Patience is one thing. We're being patient. Come on down, you son of a gun, you dirty dog, you. IWM wanted to drop, then it popped back up to 228.30. That's not good for our play here. Whoa. I don't know what I just did there. I just did something. And it looks weird now. There we go. Okay. It gave me something that is the profit of the stupid each individual one. I don't want that. Just give me my 240 here. That's all I need. Back to 55 bucks up. We did get over 100 bucks up at one point. Probably should have just took it there, but we are. One thing you can learn from us is how to be hard-headed.
Mm-hmm.
Your put premium was, I want to say it was outpacing your call premium. The call premium just popped back up, so I don't know.
It looks like you got another rejection on VWAP.
This tells that we don't need to be in a trade right now. That's what this tells me.
Yeah.
Crazy thing is, by the way we got this strategy set up with the theta and all, this trade is not really working against us yet, even though on this thing is at 228.30, $1.30 up from where the strike price is. And we're at 220, anywhere from 227 to 230 per contract. So Make it make sense. Marking the U.S. labor market has stabilized. The jobs market could break toward more hiring or firing. Well, okay, come on.
Well, yeah, thank you.
Dude, bro is standing right in the middle of a teeter-totter. The case for hiking would require evidence of overheating. I still believe inflation settling toward the February's 2% target. I mean, the Fed's 2% target. I do not believe the case for rate hike is close to a base case right now. No indication of economy overheating. I do not expect tariffs to result in large reshoring of U.S. manufacturing anytime soon. I expect 12-month inflation numbers will come down significantly in the first quarter. There you go. That's all the barking stuff in the last literally 2 minutes. Your calls are popping. Your put premium is trending down some, but your volume is definitely going up. Being in this zone though, we can't. Our strategy says we have to have a breakout. I mean, I get you. We trade some EMAs and stuff sometimes, but when the market's doing kind of what it's doing now, I'm waiting for a break either way. I'm not going.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Your CVD, if you're looking at Bookmap, you see what I'm looking at. CVD's 2100 plus 2100 now.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually decent. We'll see how high it gets. That could have been it. Give me 1 second, Roy.
Yeah.
Right back.
So as you can see, I'll flip over to my chart. You got, kind of looks like a pretty good candle here, but you're not getting that volume push, if you will. Maybe it's about to come, but you're just not getting that extra oomph that normally needs for these things to go way higher. Well, and there you go. So as I say that, it's now pushing higher. So from a 10-minute standpoint, that's a pretty good candle. But now we just have to see if there's any sort of continuation to it. Looking across Mag 7, you got Apple slightly red, 1.5% red, under 230. NVIDIA kind of has like a topping pattern here, kind of trending down. We'll see how that does, but this could be a flag forming as well. Microsoft is pushing higher, which obviously will help the market push up. So you just got to keep an eye on Mag 7 as it's getting, its direction set. You got Google down 8.5%. You got Amazon up 2%. Amazon down 2%. You got Meta up 1%. You got Tesla down 2.65%. So you got a mixed bag in the Mag 7. I mean, you got more red than green. And we take a look at the VIX. You've got the VIX now coming back a little bit. So got little things pointing to a potential push higher here, back to that top of that zone. Yeah, I mean, like Monty said, you had these elevators down, and then you just have kind of a stair step back up. I mean, there's no sugarcoating it. That's a pretty good 10-minute candle so far. We still got 350 left, and as you can see, it just keeps pushing higher now at the top of the Bollinger Band. Flipping over to Bitcoin, nothing's really changed on Bitcoin. Still under 100 grand. Got AMD at 107, Palantir at 102, SPX 6024. You can see SPX is battling some EMAs above, so you could have a little bit of a resistance showing up there. SPY is back over 600. It dipped below it for just a moment. It's now finding its groove. Again, pretty bullish 10-minute candles. That'll match ES. If we go to IWM looks like it's pushing a little bit higher. So just kind of taking our time to see what would we look for to enter? Well, I guess you could look at the top of this candle here, this body, 440, 60.45 if you want to be ultra aggressive to get into something. But you'd really like to see a breakout of that range above before you do anything. Flip over to the buy tide, getting a drop in call volume, increase in puts. The calls just went over the zero line on SPY. General market, though, you're getting a drastic drop there. Let's see, Bookmap. Bookmap, you got orders stacking a little bit below at around that 60.42 level, 60.45, flashing orders as well. And then orders above at 60.52, 60.53. So you could have this, quick VWAP test down and push higher. Potentially. So we keep an eye on Bookmap. And look at SPY Tide. Yeah, you're just getting like I said, kind of a mixed bag right here. Wouldn't be surprised if we come back and test 44, 45, and then see if it has a nice reaction bounce there. VWAP's kind of flattened out at 42.50. But nothing really. Yeah, kind of a boring day, to be honest, guys. You got up, down, and then you had a bounce right off the 50-day moving average. I mean, that looks like the play, 60.29. But flipping over to Bookmap and seeing where orders are stacked. Just, yeah.
Yep.
Not really entries.
Right above. You can
see any. Right above VWAP, yeah. Strong candle.
Tide. Yeah, Tide is kind of suggesting that we're going to continue this move up. So that could change. CBD's at 35.50. So IWM is now sitting at 228.30. Roy, I did when I was talking to Eli. I don't know why this popped in my head. I probably should have went on and, of course, it kind of defeats the purpose of this, but I should have went on and bought those calls that I sold, the ones that expired today, and then left these other ones to run up back up.
Yeah.
Money. And, that might be something we work on eventually. That's not the strategy. So the strategy is try to be safe. If you do that, you are taking some of your safety net out. So.
Yeah, and when I used to do straddles and stuff like that, I'd start to tinker with it, and I found that every time I did, I was more disappointed if I was just strategy alone.
If you pick the wrong way, you're screwed.
Yeah.
And even though this thing is moving up right now, I mean, Trump could come out and say, tariff.
Right.
And it goes and hits my order. So the mid price is 227 on it right now. So, I mean, we are still up on this trade. That's the good thing about it. With this being where it's at, the trade is still green. Not as much as it was, but it is still green. We get to 230. This thing is just bouncing all over the damn place. I don't know if it's 240 hits. It hit 231 and then came back to 225. So as of right this second, we are still up like $70 in this trade. So that's at around 230. I don't. So as quick as we was talking about how Tide was just the thing could trend up, your put premiums popped, call premiums are dropping some, and your volume's dropping some. So this thing kind of just shows you. I think Roy said it when I was coming back that Just not anything really to trade right this second.
No. I mean, if it can hold VWAP and recover here.
Well, look at Tide. Tide is, they dropped these orders, and if you look at, but well, they dropped them below VWAP and they put them back right almost on top of VWAP. So I don't know. We got 231 on this mid on these things here. 235. We got 235. We almost hit our take profit here. This is why we'll try to be patient. It's holding steady at 232, 233. That has us back to $100 up. So $233 is holding. Let's start moving above 230, 240, and then this thing should hit. Stupid paper money. Who said you can't feel emotions in paper money? I used to be anti-paper trading, but when you want a strategy to work, you actually feel something inside.
Yeah, that's it, right? You have a vested interest in this strategy working because you want to apply real money to it.
Yep. Man, this thing it got up to 237. Our limit order is 240. I mean, that was so close.
Good pop here off VWAP.
Yeah. I just couldn't. I want to see a breakout and a retest up here is what I want to see. So, yes, we might miss the move here, but also we are trying to be patient because that has been what's working. Yeah, it got all the way to 237. Now it's back to 229. It's dirty dog. I saw earlier where somebody was, I guess they didn't have an active account with the other guys, and they were like, well, I can't look at that anymore, so I don't have an active account because, it's tied to it. And somebody suggested, well, get Thinkorswim. It's the best platform out there. And I wanted to respond like, you're an idiot. It's not the best platform. It used to be the best platform out there by far. But Schwab is on my shit list, so.
Yeah, it's a nice move up. It's a nice wick on the 10-minute. Nice move. Nice wick on the 5-minute. So I wonder if you get a push down here, retested the 8 at 46.50, and if they push it higher to the top of the zone.
Well, you still got, this whole 5-minute candle to go on this 10-minute candle. So
right.
Really, if that candle can close red and then we get a bullish engulfing, then it would set up a very nice candle by candle to that side. So we definitely would look at that. There's no doubt about that. Would definitely look at that.
Yeah, because the body of the 10-minute candle that can hold up here would be easily form that bullish engulfing.
Yeah. But they're going to turn that daggum thing green, aren't they?
Looks like it.
They don't want to give us an entry on it. They're toying with our emotions, Roy. Toying with our emotions. Just like this stupid strategy over here is toying with my emotions. It's back down to 228 now. 229. I'm giving you the mid price, not the bid or the ask, just so you know. And your mid price doesn't mean that it's going to get filled either. So that's something else. You got to get to that bid for it to fill, unless you're going to do that bid would be market sell too. So
what a recovery here.
Yeah. We might get this breakout here. We got to get the breakout and the close though for the strategy to play out. CBD's gone to 40. That was 41. 4,100. Well, I mean, we could close this trade over here and make it exactly what we made yesterday, like 60 bucks.
Nah, 2 for 2.
Yeah, I'm not gonna close it. I'm letting it sit here. Letting it sit here. It is struggling with that top level there, isn't it? Top of the zone.
Yeah, I want it to push back just a hair.
Yeah.
Even though it is setting up a candle by candle on the 5 minute. If you want it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start sticking to the 10-minute candle by candle.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look here, you had a candle by candle to the upside, right?
Yeah.
Gave you a good entry, but it tanked down. Of course, you did have data at the same time, but that was ugly on the 5 minute. And I say if you look at the 10 minute, it probably paid out a little better than that. So
Yeah.
I might be making a mistake. I'm gonna move this back to 235. And that would get us $100 on the trade if that was to play out. So that $5 is $50 that we could miss out on if it does hit it up there. Like I said, it's got to hit. IWM is not getting the same move that you're getting here. It's a lot more wiki on the IWM than it is on ES here. Your ask is at 234 now, though. So I don't know. Maybe I should have left it alone.
Yeah, you're gonna get in a green candle on the 10. Super bullish.
Yeah, you look at Tide's back in that direction. You look, and we did close above this zone. We are at this. I did draw a little line over here from this high.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something to watch. Kind of struggling here at that. So
Yeah, it is. It is not running away, is it?
it's not, but I do like to test here. I think I'm going to actually take it, Roy.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Let's see if we can test this top again. Right there, 52.25. Let's see if it'll hit. Yeah, we're in it. So now we're going to take this one and we'll see if we can cut one at high day. Of course, now it comes back a lot. So my stop is at 47.25. Your order's sitting at 45 now. That's not good. Your ask over here on this one's got 236. The mid's 231. So we're getting close. This thing might hit over here. We'll see.
Yeah, I joined you on that one. I liked it.
Pop it. I can't wait for Roy to say I took 4 ticks here. That's an inside joke, by the way. CVD did drop to 3,900 and it popped back up to about 44. Now it's 43.50, 44 again. IWM's popping too. It got up to the ask got to 237, but the bid never got there, so my order never filled. That's frustrating. That's awfully frustrating. We could take 200 bucks here. I do like how your call premium, I mean, you put premiums are dropping. Your call, I mean, your overall volume kind of spiking back up. I said spiking, it's turning back up. Let's put it that way. It's not spiking.
Grinding on that 0 line.
Yep. But just can't pop up. The ask over here got to 235 again on my other strategy. I'm not loving this move now back down on this thing though. That's not a pretty candle so far, but if it goes back green, it will turn into a pretty candle.
Bookmap showing.
Yeah, 40, almost 4,100 on CVD. It's got orders at 55 area, but those 45 orders concern me. They're staying there. Your put premium's turning back up, son. Your call premium's turning down now, of course. This is not annoying at all. Your mid's at 230 on this strategy over here, so the stupid 10-minute is not going to give us a candle by candle, is it?
Does not appear so. Wow, it could. If this candle holds here.
Yes. Oh, the mid got to 232 that time on my strategy. That was the highest I've seen it in a bit. $60 up right now. Oh. Well, boys and gals, could this be a double top up here too? We definitely had a V-shaped recovery back up there, but CVD's back under 4,000. I just can't get an order to sell for nothing, can I? I'm not getting a sale over here, not getting a sale on my strategy over here. We're 5 pennies away. Come on, baby. Pop for daddy. Daddy needs some new pair of shoes and some other things. We need to make enough money this month to fund that public account and pay the bills. Oh man. It's gonna give us a counter by count of the downside on a 10-minute now. That would be
Hey.
So we made that put us at 87.50 today on that one. So a little better than yesterday. Now I don't have to watch you anymore. So get off my chart. Get off my screen. I'll take it. That's fine. I'm okay with that. The strategy, we're now 140 bucks up with minus fees and everything so far in 2 days. That is not making us rich, but guess what? We're making money every day on it. So there's that. Your VWAP looks like it wants to flatten out. Your 50 is still definitely pointing up. 200 is kind of trending up, but your EMAs up here are kind of turning, so we don't want those to flatten out and turn over because that definitely hits our stop loss.
Yeah, I don't really like the way it's just chilling, to be honest.
I don't either.
You said that damn double top, and I was like, oh no.
I'll take it back. Does that work? Look at this thing. It's going to stop us out. Now, here it is. There's a stop out. The thing about your 10-minute, if it makes this counter by counter, we still have, well, we got 30 seconds. That's definitely, unless something drastic happens, it's going to make counter by counter for a short side. The question here is, being this close to the EMAs, can you take it?
Right.
Tide is ugly right this second.
Yeah.
4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, close, counter by counter to the downside. So I'm assuming I'll look for a short at 50.25. If it even gets there. Roy?
I would say 50, maybe 49.75.
Those orders at 42.50, which if you look where VWAP is right on that. So you definitely could see a VWAP hold here if those orders hold there.
Grindy.
You know, if you look at this other strategy over here, Roy, the 87.50s, you know, for math wise, let's say we had $1,000, it was 1,015, I think. So that's a little better than 8% on the day on that trade.
Mm-hmm.
So what, 6% yesterday, 8% today? We're looking at 2 days, 14% profit.
Yeah.
That's nothing to sneeze at, is it?
No, not at all.
I just don't know if you can take a short here now, to be honest with you. It didn't quite get to where I wanted it to be at. I wanted what 50.25. It's close. Roy, I think you called what 49.75 or so.
Yeah.
Right there. There it is.
There's 50.25.
We're going to see if one will feel here. We'll take one on it and see if that works out.
Yeah, I'll take one on it as well. I mean, that strategy for the 10-minute has been super solid.
Yeah. It got up to, what did it get to? It got right up to that bottom of that wick on the 10 minutes. I mean, the bottom of that candle. So that should be a really good entry right there if it does play out. We're not going to risk. We're going to risk high day. So 250 is what we're going to risk on this thing. One with meaning one lot. So if it breaks above high day, I mean, it wasn't meant to be, right? So
yeah.
We got some thunderstorms moving in tonight, supposedly. So that's something to keep an eye on for Mississippi folks. Oh, I forgot to put this on Facebook this morning. On our channel there. We're going to actually take it in this one here. It's one lot. And we're not trying to, anybody that knows this one, we're not trying to, actually, I want to move it there. We're just trying to make a couple $100 on these. So we don't need the move that we need on the other ones. Might not get it, but I'm not going to risk that much either. Hold on. Go where you need to go. Once again, that same thing. If it breaks high day, we'll cut loose of it. So Eli had ordered him some comic books, by the way.
Nice.
Seems like every time we get to a trade, though, tide turns against us.
Yeah.
As soon as we entered that trade, tide went, call premiums went up, put premiums went down, volume went up. And look, this is another thing. By taking this short up here, we broke a rule. It's above the 50. We're not supposed to short above the 50. So there's that to remember too. So if this does go against us, well, it was our fault, right?
Well, absolutely. It looks like it's going against us.
Yep. Well, your call premium is kind of turning back up, but your put premium turning back up, but your call premium is not turning down. And the volume is definitely not turning down yet. It could here, but it's not yet. CVD is what's kind of really got me not concerned with the trade. If you look, we had popped above 4,100 at one point, then we came all the way down 36, and on this move down, it's kind of holding below 4,000. So that is not super bullish on that side. Down $100 on both these trades, though. I don't like how it's got to go through all this, but we could do it. Just like I said, tariffs. And speaking of that, Hong Kong Special Administrative Region government expresses strong dissatisfaction with the U.S. tariff policy.
Okay.
Not sure that matters, but Oh, spokesperson, we will take all possible actions to defend legitimate interests, including considering taking up matters in WTO. I don't know what WTO is. World Trade Order, maybe?
Yeah, I think World Trade Organization.
Real easy. When you said Hong Kong special, thought you meant the place well, I don't know. But no, I do know what you're talking about, though. So, no. God, I can say something so bad right now. Rosie, don't do me like that, bro. Don't do me like that. You can make me say something I don't need to say on stream.
We're just hanging out, man. We're just hanging out.
Yeah. I mean, if the candle by candle over here is still in play.
Still playing.
Got to break through this stuff. Tip of the cap to you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Rosie, you're the only one hanging out with us right now. Appreciate you being here, sir.
Appreciate it, man.
This big, I'm 8. Don't be our nemesis today. Whoa.
No.
Break that 13, then break that 21.
Break it out. Break it out. It's the bottom of this candle, 46.50.
That's stupid. Supposed to be working, but it can absolutely, man. That is my life motto, or it's ADHD talking. One of the two. I'm so upset. I made some wonderful homemade beef stew last night. Fantastic. Seared my meat perfect. Put it in a crock pot. Let it finish off in the crock pot. Then when I put it in my little container, I got these little individual soup containers you can put it in. So you just take one out, warm it up. There's your lunch, supper, whatever. It was too hot to put in the refrigerator right at the moment. It's like, you know what? I'm going to leave it here for a second. Went sound asleep and left it sitting on the counter all night. Ray said, I've been liking longs here due to not breaking below the bottom of the 15-minute orb. It's not a bad strategy, but I've been stopped out slightly above break even with these wicks. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. The 10-minute candle by candle looked decent. I'm sorry, I saw something that said Trump, so I had to look real quick. He did not say anything, so they're talking about, it was a Market Watch talking about the Sovereign Wealth Fund. Did you see? You seen the joke going around? Who should run the Sovereign Wealth Fund? Nancy Pelosi. And then it had asterisk at the bottom said, as long as she continues to get inside information. I'm gonna tell you though, she gets all the headlines, but if you look, there's a couple
lot of them. Yeah,
make a lot more money than she makes off of it.
Yeah, it's old Tommy Tuberville's a big trader. He's a piece of crap.
Did you see them
because of politics? He's an ass at the when he was a coach.
Yeah, I can't stand him because he was the coach at Ole Miss, and then they asked him if he was taking an Auburn job, and he said, "You will have to take me out of here in a pine box." And the son bitch went home and packed his bags and left right after the press conference.
Yeah, that is all the stories I hear at Tommy Tuberville are all the same.
When he got the job at, I think it was Cincinnati, when he left, either he left Texas Tech, went to Cincinnati, or left Cincinnati, go to Texas Tech. One of the two, I can't remember which way it is. But I know he was actually at a dinner with recruits and got the phone call for the job, got up took the phone call, never came back and told the recruits bye or anything, just walked out the door and left. I know that for a fact. And I know when he got the Auburn job, after he did the Pine Box deal, he wasn't leaving the Pine Box, that players were at his house at a pool party, and he never came back and said anything to the players at the pool party. He never told the team that he was leaving, nothing, just left. And when asked about it, he's like, well, why would I tell him I'm leaving? That's stupid. No, it's a class thing, bro.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm with you on old Tubbs. And the funny thing is, Ole Miss thought everybody had gotten over it, right? So last year, was it last year or the year before last? So Roy's been to a game at Ole Miss. So before the game, they always have a celebrity that starts the first high-toddy of the game, right? So Ole Miss thought, well, they're over it. Tubbs is coming into town to call the game. We'll get Tuberville to lead the hotty-toddy. That is the first time I can ever remember that you did not hear hotty-toddy. All you heard was boos the whole time. Never. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. A little confused in this move up here with we're not really getting much suggestion other places why this move is happening. So I don't know if this is a sustainable move or if this is a lot of times what you'll see is you'll see a push down or a push up for that matter. And then you'll see them try to move it back up to see if they got any support at that area. And if it rejects hard down, that's what they were doing. And we'll know that. Then it should break down below here if that is the case.
The only name moving substantially is NVIDIA. It's up 4%, and it had a big green candle. Tesla looks like it's got a little bit of a flag forming, but it is moving up. Bear flag forming. But the rest don't really show much spunk. I mean, Google's just dead right now.
Meta came all the way back to red.
Yeah.
Move up. Amazon's red. Google is just continuing its trek now. It's 8% down. Well, yeah. 11% down. Microsoft does not look good at all here. Like you said, NVIDIA is the only one that actually looks strong right this second. Apple is kind of fighting back up. It did gap down overnight, so it is working towards that gap. Your VIX is at 1671. It's not really cooperating this move down that we want.
AMD were a little recovery, 108.50.
Palantir is down $3 to $100.84. Don't see much volume behind it. I'm with you, Roy. You had a little more. You had a slight bit more volume on this candle than you did the previous candle, which you've always got to pay attention to, right? Because that increased volume. What was the deal with that one, right? You want to see this next candle. If this next candle has equal to or more volume, then we should push higher. If it doesn't, I mean, as long as it stays green, is my point, not red. Let's see.
Hey,
NQ.
Monty, I was going to say, if you were interested, I was looking at Palantir 106 calls for next week are $2.
That would actually be a good. Let me go change this over. That's actually, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you obviously want to hit it when Palantir's green, so you don't really want to ride it on a red day, but it's not a bad one.
No, that $2. I mean, at 106, that's actually a very good. I would be happy to get it at 106. I'm not going to lie to you.
It just what the side effect though is it locks you in the position for another week. So
I mean, I'm guaranteed 106 though, and I get that money off of it. So
yeah, you'll get the premium. So you'll at least get basically, if equivalent of Palantir falling to 98.60, the premium.
Oh, you're looking at February 14th calls, right?
Yeah, 106.
Hold on, let me do something because it's not showing me that strike there.
But I mean, Palantir, look at the chart though. It's a red candle right now on the 5-10 minute. So maybe we can
I see it right around $1, bro. I don't know where you're getting.
Next Friday, not this Friday, 14th.
That's what I'm looking at. The 14th. I'm looking right now. So 106. Your bid is 77. Your ask is 98.
I got it 190 and 198 for
I'm
February
looking at
14th.
I'm looking at the February 14th, and I'm looking at the.
Yeah, because I got 106. I got 65 cents for this Friday, 2 days from now.
I wonder if these delayed any. I wonder.
Could
I'm
be.
looking at it. I'm looking at this. I got to swap over because I'm on this paper account because I was just looking real quick.
Yeah. I mean, you could do it 3 weeks out. 106 is 385.
See the 21st. Yeah, I'm not seeing that on the 106 there either. Are you sure you're looking at PLTR?
PLTR 106 for 21st is now 280 to 292. That what you got?
No.
What?
So hold on. Let me swap this. Let's go to live trading. Of course, I don't have. I got to go to a different brokerage to do that anyway on this because I don't have any money in here anymore. But we'll see. Love it. Well, let's see if this makes a difference now. The 106. The 106 live out, I'm seeing 71 cents to $1.06.
For what's the date?
This got stopped out too, by the way. February 14th. Look at this move up now. My gosh.
Breakout.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. CBD 6,000. Huge spike in volume on Tide, but not the huge spike on premium. So remember, I told y'all that the volume is going to be equal or better than another one, but we just passed the volume for the previous candle. So now, if you're looking for a pullback, you would look for right back here, or maybe even here to go along again. I just don't know. I don't know, Roy. I don't know.
52.50 would be my spot for a long.
Roy said his long finally worked. Good job, sir.
Nice. Good job, man.
Congratulations.
I gotta figure out this Palantir mess. Why we can't? Why are we not on the same page here? So, what are these options?
Let me look at something else here.
So I got long call.
February 14th. I'm looking on the web. Actually, not 4. 106. Come on.
Chain. That's what I want. So.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not showing here either.
Right. So February 14th, 106. Here, 207.
Are you looking at put?
194.
No.
False.
Nope. I'm seeing the bid is 79. The ask is 103.
I'm so confused.
Oh, you're looking. So go look on Thinkorswim.
I gotta log in. Hold on. Let me do that.
I
mean, I'm looking at Thinkorswim on the app.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got it in here on my. I don't think if I pull this over to show there. So Stay where you're at for a second. Don't go back to my screen because I got to log into something.
Here, I'll show you. This is how I'll do it. Hey, can you? Oh, that's
No,
I got the full blur. Oh well.
just hang on. Just chill out, bro. Chill out.
Where?
Why did we go? Why did it do this? I don't want to go to Schwab. It's gonna log me to stupid Schwab. Oh no, I hate Schwab worse. I hate their stuff worse than that. Roy, we're getting an entry here on the long side, but puts are popping. I don't know.
I don't know, man. 10-minute candle by candles, not really there.
I'm trying it here. Just
Give it a go.
Different accounts, and we're trying to get just a couple $100 out of it. Nothing crazy. Goes back up to high day. We'll cut or release. And we'll let it play out a little more on this other side. Right around the overnight as well, yeah.
52.50. It gets down there.
I'm in it at 53.50. Because I did chase a tad bit, but we'll see. This is one trade, and we're not going to let this. We're not going to let this ruin our week or our day. So we're just going to risk a couple $100 on this one. If it hits us, takes us out, it takes us out, and we'll probably lock this account for the rest of the day. To be honest with you. This other one.
Okay, got me in at 52.50.
There you go. Now I go to 58.50.
Please, and thank you.
I could actually do a little more. We're gonna move this up. Probably stupid by doing this, but we're not in this anything else. You know, seeing me go through all my accounts here. I did scale back too, so there is that. I don't want to take any chances. Oh, I got it here. I'm gonna look over here on this one. PFGR. Let's look at trade. Let's look at options. I don't want option stats. This is different. I don't like their web page either on this. Pop up, baby, pop up. Sorry, guys, I'm looking around. What I hate about it was when we get into a trade, it's just not, Tide is not cooperating once we enter the trade. CBD is not cooperating right this second either, so. Might wait a minute, take a break, call it a day here in a second. Not call it a day, just call it let's take a break and see what happens. This breakdown here, I'm not loving. It could go to this 21 and that would take me out and then go straight back up. That would be about right. Yeah, took it out. So this one, we're going to lock this account for 15 minutes. Can't touch that one. We're not stopped out of this one yet, which we probably should take it out, to be honest with you. Oof, I'm hungry. If I could hear my stomach on the stream. Shouldn't be in this in any other. Are you still in it, Roy, or did you get out?
I am still in it. Not thrilled about it, but it did hold for now.
Oh man,
This,
look at this 10-minute chart right here, boy. My goodness.
yeah. I got abandoned ship after looking at it, studying a bit.
Yeah, I might have it. I cut it there too. I just don't like it. Don't like it at all.
I was up $112 on it. Should have just taken it, but it is what it is.
Tomato. I'm gonna watch here. If we get a breakdown below VWAP in the 50, I might look for a short, but this thing might pop back up here. Your volume took a huge. I mean, it's like they're watching that. So are we ICT? Crazy? Are you the market maker here, controlling these options? Are you working against us, bro? So as soon as we got in, call premiums tank, volume tank, put premium started going up. I mean, as soon as entry.
Yeah, now you get out and it's. Whoop.
Roy's been sneaking on us the whole time. He's actually the market maker, and we didn't realize it.
That orb low.
Well, it's 10:20. I'm probably not taking a trade for the next few minutes, so I don't know if you want to continue to go over stuff or look at this or what, but I mean, I think it's time to take a little 10-15 minute break and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how this 10-minute candle closes. You could have yourself kind of a nice opportunity. I don't know if that 21 super risky because I guess you would, if you were gonna take it there, you would take it with the stop above the zone. Really?
Oh, you're talking about the 21 here? I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'll be taking you to Hong Kong if I was on it. I like it. You got it. So on the 10-minute, the 21 seems to be holding here. You got VWAP right below it, then you got the 50 at 38.14. So the downside, I mean, you got roughly from here, if it was to break the 10 and the VWAP, you got roughly 10 points, which is not anything to sneeze at for sure. Whoa, look at the call premium and the volume drop like crazy.
Yeah.
Don't tell me we've been looking for shorts this morning, and then we finally switched to longs. Like, no, you look for longs now. Look for back short. You still got those orders in at 42.50 that's been there all morning. So let's get this up here. These orders right here. These 310 orders, 300, about 300 there. I don't know. Can you see that? It looks a little blurry on my side.
Yeah, it's hard to see, but that's okay.
Crazy asked, why do you guys use the 10-minute for candle by candle? Because that candle by candle plays out a lot more. The higher time frames you go, the stronger the move should be off those. So the 5 minutes, you get a lot of fake outs on the 5 minute. And if you look at the 10-minute, you don't get near the fake outs on the 10-minute that you get on the 5 minute. And the 10-minute candle over here did actually do another candle by candle the short side, but the last one that it did a short side did not work out. So there's that. So it's not, any strategy is not perfect. We just found that the win rate on the 10-minute is better than on the 5 minute. Trying to go
keep
statistic wise.
kind of wicking off this 4650 area. So,
You had a slight uptick in volume, and then your call premium is kind of turning sideways. Your put premium is kind of still trending up, but your call premium that was just on the slight uptick just turned to the downside. So don't tell me that entry would have been at 48.75 was the place to enter right there, which of course that is the rejection off the 21 on the 5-minute chart. So Roy, this thing's fixing to tank. Look at your volume and look at your call premiums. CVDs come all the way down to 2,400.
Yeah, you gotta break VWAP though.
Yep, that is definitely what we were watching. Man, ain't this a... Here's the deal. So we locked this out for a little bit. We might lock it out for the rest of the day, to be honest with you. We're down $936. Once this comes back on, I don't know if I do take a trade on it, it's going to be very selective. This one, we've got a little more room. We can still trade this one to get it back. I'm not ever worried about that one. We don't want to let it go too far. This one, we still got room. I do want to get that back. So we should get a trend, hopefully, at some point. Hadn't touched this one yet. And then haven't touched this one yet. And this is our other big one that we need to take a payout. Oh, y'all aren't even looking at what I was pointing at. Sorry. There you go. No, you're good. So I was telling you, this is the one. I hadn't taken a trade on it. We can actually take a trade on this one if we see something. We're not going to force it here. No sense in doing that. Like I said, this one I've got it locked out. I'm probably just going to go and lock this one out for the rest of the day, to be honest with you. Once that comes back on, and just not even fool with that one. This account I was telling you about, we're down 365, but I don't hate to trade this. At least one more trade in this one if we see a good quality trade. So there's that. This one we're 250 down to. I could honestly take another trade in that if I see a quality trade. And then these bottom two I have not traded at all. So I might look at this one. This one's down a little bit. We could take one more trade. We won't risk more than a couple $100 on it if we do take a trade on it. Now your premiums are turning back up, which you see this turning back up. Your 10-minute candle is giving you, so far, an ugly wick off the 21. Let's see what happens here. CBD is going back up to 2,900. Had a nice move down. I just can't take a short here, though. I mean, it's just, everything tells me that I should take a short here at some point to be looking for a short. We're above this 50, so this does give me a pause too.
Can you redraw your fibs to the bottom, to the session, the regular market session, low and high?
I can, but you know why these fibs are where they're at. That's the zone.
Yeah. I know it's our zone.
You want it from here up?
Mm-hmm.
You want to see where it came in at? Didn't quite get to the...
Didn't quite get there.
Close. Got close. We could actually bring these back. Now, I want the lines there. We'll play with this. It's gonna look wacky, but it is what it is.
Let me get a little pop up here.
Yeah, your put premiums have turned down. And look, Roy Easy, congratulations on making some money. But to be honest with you, if Tide keeps doing what Tide's doing here, it's reversing every few candles. So it's not really giving you any decent indicator to go short or long. And right now it's saying that you need to go long, but does that continue? What is our holdings in our general market looking like? Holdings is not looking. I mean, volume's good, but put premiums are way up. Market tide, general market tide is same thing. So it's really strange seeing your call premiums being so low, Roy, with the volume being where it's at.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what that entails. Is that covered calls? Writing covered calls?
It's telling me not to take a break and step back and see what else it gives you here. Like right now, I'm just not loving any of this price action.
Yeah. Well, it's chop. I mean,
Yep.
It's been chopped for the last hour.
Yep. And our best work has been after the stream ends. So maybe our best work today is after the stream ends.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and call it. Yeah, take a break, call it.
We might need to look at changing our stream time from like 9 to 11 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you saw us today. We didn't force any trades, and we tried to be as patient as we could early on, and the setups we're trying to play was with tide and with data. Just really hasn't been much of a strong trend either direction.
Yep.
So I think everybody's kind of like, we haven't heard from Trump yet, so let's wait till Trump speaks. His daily talks have moved the market. So
Oh, well, we do have a statement coming. Ashiba and Trump will issue joint statement after their summit. Okay, that's Friday though. Laying out shared views on the economy and security in China. Okay.
So that's positive progress in China?
Yes. Rosie says 23-hour trade, no breaks. That is not me.
I think
I can't sit here 3 hours. It's like 23 hours. Man, what a move back up. This is really frustrating. My gosh, it's just frustrating. So instead of doing something stupid, it is 10:30. So Roy Easy, whoever else is out there, Roy Easy, I appreciate you talking with us today. It makes the stream go by a lot better when we have conversation and chats back and forth. So thank you, sir. Thank you to whoever else is out there with you for being in here with us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is where we call it. I'm taking a break, and then we will see if me and Roy can find something later.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody watching. Sorry I haven't been entertaining as normal, but this is just kind of our new way right now. So we'll take it from there.
Awesome. All right, catch you guys tomorrow.
All right. Bye, guys.